Hey, everybody else in this class, AP English. I'm Andrew, as I hope most of you know. If you don't, well, maybe I should talk more. I don't know. But for my year-long project, I don't remember what number it was, but it was the topic over interracial marriage and why it was growing and why it's so popular now. And I decided to go ahead and look into it because I found it kind of interesting. I have some interracial marriage that in my family that kind of directly relates to me. And I start off my uh, research by going straight to JSTOR because the day we started doing factoids, he told us about how to log in all this stuff. That's a really good site. So I just went ahead and went to it immediately. And right off the bat, I found an article that was extremely detailed. It was extremely well written. It was all about mostly black-white marriage and the effect education has on the increase in numbers. And this guy who wrote it, he used details like crazy. He had his own mathematical formula, a logarithmic formula, and it was insanely detailed. But in the end, he essentially said education is making a pretty big difference in why there's more interracial marriages, primarily between black and white races. And right off the bat, that's kind of what I went with. Like, education was the reason that interracial marriage was growing, the accessibility to education that all races have today. And I just kind of went with that. But as I looked into it more and more, my factoid 2, 3, I think it was all the way up through 6, were based on the statistics provided by the Pew Research Center, which is pretty. I believe Mr. Robinson talked about that being pretty accurate, and it's nothing but statistics. There's not any bias. And every article I used, which is, yeah, they got a little repetitive. They were pretty bad, but every factoid I used somehow involved those statistics, and that's kind of been my main problem. All the articles I found so far, not all of them, but 6 of them. I think we've done 8, 7 or 8, 5 or 6 of the articles I found have been based on those statistics, which are extremely unbiased, which is kind of it's a problem. And I know a lot of people out there, like Mr. Robinson today, or well Thursday, was talking about how you're gonna find a lot of biased things, and I honestly haven't. It's kind of a problem. I did manage to find one though in my latest article, factoid. It was an article written by a college student on a college website about the benefits of interracial marriage, and right then I took it as like a benefits, like the fact she thought it was beneficial, kind of pointed out this was this was one sided. She had a bias towards interracial marriage, saying it was good, and it kind of led me to think like it's not really education that's made a difference, even though she was on a college. I went back and after I read that article, I went back and looked at all my other factoids, and I found that every single one of the Pew statistics, well, not every single one, but every single one of the articles mentioned at the end the Pew statistic on how new generations, people our age and like parents' age, kind of maybe a little bit younger than that, all had just an insane increasing amount of percentage of people who thought it was okay for interracial marriage. And so after my last factoid, not just kind of, I did change my thesis that interracial marriage is on the rise because of education. I changed it to interracial marriage is on the rise because of a younger generation and acceptance of this type of marriage. And it's not very well defined, and it honestly does need to be gone into detail more. But that's where I stand right now. And overall, my topic, harder than I thought it'd be to research. Not gonna lie, I thought it'd be pretty easy. To be a lot of stuff out there. But honestly, most of it's just like based off every article I found. The majority of them is based off that one article that Pew Research Center released, and it's kind of a little dull. But I think I might know what to look for now. Spice it up a little bit. So it's a general overview of what I have.